What's good, my YouTube people? Your boy Joey here with Branch Life. Just thought I'd get on here real quick. It's funny, I was thinking as I was about to make this video. Sometimes it's the simple things in life. Heading out to the city right now, and I was just thinking how nice it would be to actually drive like 80 miles an hour. Just because, I haven't been in the city in a minute. I used to go to the city all the time back in my young heathen days. I would go down there to, hang out with my friends, go to the bars, the clubs, just live that life. And I remember when I was younger, I never wanted to move further. I never wanted to get further away from the city than I was currently. And I actually lived in the city for a little bit too while I was in college. But now, the more and more I look at it, the more I want to get further away from the city. I want to go further west. If at all possible, just leave the state, period. But for now, I'm here and plan to be here for at least a while. But it's just like the city to me has lost the majority of its appeal. I think the only thing that would keep me going back to the city is just the food. The cool little restaurants that are doing their own thing, doing different types of food, the fusions. There's some good spots that me and the wife like to hit up, Small Cheval. So, that's what I miss of the city. But the whole party lifestyle and all that, not at all. But I was just like, man, I'm gonna get on the highway, so it'll be kind of nice to go a little bit faster than normal at least. Kind of these suburb streets are pretty slow. So heading out there, just gonna do something quick, just taking care of some business, and then head back to the burbs. Plan to enjoy the weekend with my wife, my daughter, spend some family time. But before I hit the road, I was having a conversation with a client of mine. We were discussing how just so many different things that are going on right now, and how if you look at things from a just more positive, kind of half full, optimistic point of view, they're actually really great in the long run. I see so many people waking up to what's truly going on in their world and questioning things, and I feel that that's part of my role, part of my purpose, is to kind of help get people along that path of them kind of questioning the reality they are fed through the media, through social media. And man, he gets it. He sees what's going on. And this, like I said, when you look at things from an optimist side, you see how this is like a blessing in disguise. This kind of almost great awakening, this conscious shift. And people are kind of starting to see a little bit through the veil. And when they question things, that's good. They're not always just accepting what they are told, what they are spoon-fed by the talking heads. So for me, I love it. I love that people are questioning things. I love that, they're starting to put two and two together, and how certain things are told don't really make sense. So that is like a bright spot. Also just kind of seeing how some people will tell you that, everything's going to be great, there's going to be a V-shaped recovery, that, everything's going to come out guns blazing. Like I said, I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist, and I pray for the best, but I prepare for the worst. And best case scenario, 12 months to 18 months, I would hope that we recover in some sense, but people a little bit better versed in global economics are saying potentially 5 to 10 years, so we shall see. Regardless of the situation, what I was talking with my client was, how are How are you going to adapt? How am I going to adapt? Right now, this time is a great equalizer where a lot of people are going to be brought down the totem pole. And there is going to be some what's a term that I'm thinking of here? There's the divide between the has and have-nots is still it's going to get further, but between the middle class and the lower class, I think, yeah, like I said, it's going to kind of equal out the balance, because a lot of these people that, depending on what kind of industry they are, they may be out of that industry and might have to go do some manual labor, might have to go do something different. And that's where it comes as to, like, how are you going to adapt? Are you going to let the fact that you lost your position in your hierarchy, is that going to affect you negatively? Are you going to break because of that? Or are you going to continue to push forward in a different industry and try to succeed in that? So that's where, we're talking about myself and kind of what I plan to do. And like I told him, like, if I have to go do manual labor, I will. There's no job that I would consider beneath me. If you want to eat, you got to work. So that's where there's going to be a big reality check for a lot of people. Unfortunately, if you're not mentally, physically prepared, you may not make the cut. And that's what I was telling him. Right now, it's so important to not just stay physically fit, but most importantly, stay mentally fit, because that's where you're gonna have to push yourself to your limits mentally. And that's where I'm trying to strengthen myself to see what I'm capable of. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. On top of obviously staying physically active, trying to stay physically fit. Because if you're going to be doing a manual labor job, it's going to be hard. So if you're out of shape, if you don't work out ever, you're going to have a hard time doing a job like that. So at least for myself, I know what I'm willing to do for my family. And like I said, I've worked so many jobs in my life, it's not even funny. It's kind of like a little joke with my wife. Oh, I did that job. Oh, I did that job. Oh, I did that too. I was always trying to just find my niche in a sense, But I've come to realize that every one of those little jobs that I did helped me for the next job, helped me for my next important life decision, or just where I am today. So doing all those little jobs has really shaped and molded me, and know what I'm capable of doing, and knowing that I'm able to even push myself further. But that's through action, through putting in the work. There's no motivational book that I can read that is going to help me accomplish that unless I am actually putting into practice what I am reading, and most importantly, comprehending that. So I'm trying to comprehend, but also pursue it through my actions. So I'm not just reading it and I retain it for a month or two, and then it just dissipates and goes away, and then back at square one. So that's just something too, I want to pass on, and I want people to realize and understand that it's just you can read all the books you want, but at the end of the day, it's about your actions and staying disciplined. So it was just a really good conversation, and it was good to speak to somebody that is being made aware of what's truly going on in his world. And even talked, it's I feel like I'm in a different reality, and I'm like, dude, welcome to my world. I feel like I'm living in my own separate reality from majority of the people I interact with. And what's helped me in this process and through this time is I block out all that outside noise. My reality is the reality that's around me. It's the reality that I make. It's the reality that I can control. I don't watch television. I'm not on Twitter, Facebook. That is truly what molds people's realities. And if you're in front of the television, if you're in front of a tablet, a cell phone all day, being bombarded by this script that the media is rolling out, that turns into your reality. So when someone like myself, who is disconnected from that reality, tries to have a conversation with you, it just makes no sense, and you look at me like I have two heads. And it's kind of funny, but it's, for me at least, it's nice seeing people kind of slowly wake up and, in a sense, almost enter a tiny bit into my reality, or at least realize that what I say to them, there's something to it. I'm not just pulling this out of thin air, you know? I mean, this is my reality, this is how I see it, and I'm not saying my reality is right. I'm more aware and more cognizant of it than their reality, where they get their outside information through this media that is basically molding their mind and conditioning them to think certain things. So I see that. So to me, their reality, in a sense, is even more wild and outlandish than mine. Like, if you believe everything that the media tells you, like, I don't understand that. That just, my mind does not comprehend how you can do that without questioning things. And going back to my blog, Make Critical Thinking Great Again, like I told my client, I was like, these are the kind of conversations I love to have. This is the kind of conversations that I think help people, and that we should be having, you know, like, we don't have the distraction of just those kind of superficial conversations of, oh, did you watch that, you know, baseball game, that basketball game, that football game? Yeah, don't get me wrong, those are great for a distraction from time to time, but if you build that as the foundation of your world, or your personality is based around those things, you really have a very kind of, in a sense, almost superficial life, you know? So I think this time is the best time to disconnect from all of that, because you don't have it there in front of you. You're separated from it, so take that time, to disconnect and get back to the simpler things in life, which is spending time with your family, bettering yourself, building your relationship with God, enjoying the simple things in life, like going 70 miles an hour on the road, just small things like that. Those are little wins, you know? So, just wanted to get out there and just put my 2 cents with you guys today. 1 o'clock in my neck of the woods, and I've been up since, it was up at like 4:30, kind of just woke up. Thought about going back to bed, but every time I wake up early and I go back to bed, it's worse. I wake up like groggy, disoriented, like more tired. So I stayed in bed for like another hour, and I was like, finally, like, just get up, get going, start your day right. I'm glad I did that. I'm not gonna lie, I could use a little mid-afternoon pick-me-up coffee. So maybe once I get to my destination, I'll get a coffee. But there's something that feels so good about just starting your day off early and being excited about a brand new day. Like, when I talk about the simple things like that, just the enthusiasm about waking up and accomplishing things in a new day, setting new goals, setting new challenges for yourself. And when you wake up early and get your day started like that, it just, I don't know, at least for me, it makes me feel more alive than if I were to stay in bed until about 10, 11 o'clock, roll out and start my day. It's 1 o'clock, but I feel like I have been up for a while already, but just like I'm taking advantage of all the hours that I have available to me in this day. And then by the time, bedtime rolls around, I'm exhausted and I fall asleep now like a baby. Like, it used to take me a while to fall asleep, but when you put in work and when you just, use every minute that you have available to, accomplish something, your rest is well earned. And so, just going to end it with that. Continue to think critically. Go check out the blog, Make Critical Thinking Great Again.blogspot.com. Watch these videos, leave a comment on the blog, share it. I just want to hear what you guys think. I love knowing what people think. And I'll leave you with that, guys. Take it easy, and God bless.